Hey everybody, welcome back to Roleplay Blades. We are in for hour 3 of episode 4. Careless Firm has, some might say lured, some might say invited.
Continued his creepy and mysterious ways.
With his associate Rune, and brought her to a chamber of horrors below the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh. And handed her a sacrificial knife, I think.
Holding it out, truth be told.
Holding it out, yes. That's an important distinction. And now we will find out what Rune does.
Okay. So I'm standing in front of Careless, and he's holding this knife out to me, and I'm still just kind of looking around, and I'm like, so where's this woman you were talking about?
He kind of, as he's holding out the knife, he then kind of clasps his hands holding the knife and says, "She who slays in the dark exists in a bit of a different realm, if that's a way to put it. Kind of a different realm, but it's very special when she does appear. And that's why, Rune, this moment in time is so important. She appeared before you, not once, but twice, and even reached out and tried to touch you. Truly, you are special."
Oh, yes, I see. I remember. I did see her. And you're saying she's chosen me for what? What do you expect me to do here?
Fair enough, Rune. Normally, I would be just itching my own skin right off my scalp to try and get you to be up to speed, but for once, you are correct. I have not explained myself nearly well enough. She who slays in the dark is a bit of a goddess. Think of someone who represents, well, that hatred I talked about. There is plenty of hatred. That's a feeling that we all have, and there needs to be a representation of it. There needs to be a manifestation. She is many things, but one of the things she is kind of an expression of that. She chooses people who choose to use their hatred as a mastery, not as something that bends them over and makes them afraid or makes them a lesser person. I like to think of myself, Rune, as someone that takes my hatred and makes it a vehicle of sorts, something that transports me around. And that's very similar for you. You are here, you are with us because of your hatred for someone that has done something wrong to you. I am here to try and teach you and help you embrace a way to make your hatred not something that is a burden on your shoulders or a hollowing thing like Sebastian behind me. What does that name even mean? And I want that hatred to be something that you can dispose of, something you can vent out, lash out even.
So, what does Sebastian have with Skurlock? What does he have to do with him?
Oh, okay. I've been entirely too flowery in my descriptions. Sebastian is nothing, almost quite literally. We're going to kill him tonight. Hopefully it's you. But he's nothing. He is a vehicle of sorts, again, you'll notice this word, that is going to allow us to become something more. If I can get you to feel and understand the power, the expression that is being held before you, and the very god of that power, goddess, excuse me. And he kind of looks around and is like, he's not here right now. But that power and the representation of that power is something that is very close to you, and I'm trying to help you to realize that. So, being quite literal, I gave you a plastic parka because the viscera that's going to come from this man after you hopefully disembowel him and do whatever else, really, is going to come onto you. So I want you to stay clean because I'm a nice man. And once you do this, hopefully what you feel is a release, a strength, a realization that you control your destiny, not Spurlock, not any other person peddling a amphetamine or other kind of chemical that makes you a slave to them, but you are in charge of your own destiny. And if I can teach you and show you these ways, Rune, I've told you we're going to be best friends. I think we can elevate that to something even more. We're going to be the bestest of friends. It's quite exciting, Rune. You don't know it just yet, and I don't see you smile or laugh, actually ever. But I think that's also on the horizon for you.
So, you're telling me that if I kill this hollow,
Mhm.
your goddess, she who slays in the dark, is going to help me kill Lord Skurlock.
She is going to continue to keep you as one of her disciples, and you are going to learn not of just how to kill Lord Spurlock, but really tear him down, bring him down to ash. But yes, kill, of course.
Knife, please.
And he hands it out to you.
Don't
Beautiful.
do it. Don't
Beautiful.
do it. I thought we were friends.
It's too
I
late.
think even the camera can like back out of the room.
I was gonna say that line is such a good cut. It's perfect. Knife, please. Bang. Just the door like shuts, clunk on the camera.
So
That's
mechanically speaking,
awesome.
can I roll for my vice roll?
You can roll for your vice, and then I have some ideas about what this might be for Rune. We can talk about that
Sure.
as well.
Cool.
But yeah, so you're indulging as a voyeur this time, Careless.
That's right. So I hit indulge dice. Any bonus dice?
Indulge. That's an interesting question.
10,000 bonus dice.
You're in a place where you can't overindulge.
I cannot overindulge.
You're good. You want the highest number you can get.
Yeah.
I think I have a devil's bargain.
I'll hear it.
So I'm gonna start a clock
Uh-oh.
about so we have a clock already.
Of course.
Let me focus over on roll.
What is life without clocks, you guys?
To remind us on roll 20, here it is. The favor of she who slays in darkness. You're collecting her favor by doing things here. This will, in fact, what you're doing with Rune, that was a success. I'm going to tick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tick the clock for that
Tick.
because that was some good stuff. The first devil's bargain I think of is I'm going to split this. So there's going to be favor for you and there's going to be favor for Rune.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not like doing this. This is a devil's bargain. You don't have to take it.
Okay.
But doing this, it works really well. And instead of being the one and only anointed agent of She Who Slays in Darkness and Duskwall, there are now two. And the favor of the goddess is now, maybe competitive is a strong word, but you will no longer be the only one accumulating her favor. There'll be someone else.
I'm totally down.
Sweet. Then take a bonus die on your vice roll.
So I'm at 1 bonus dice. I could elevate this roll that I'm about to do for 1 gold if we need to. Right?
Yes, you can have brought some like rare ritual supplies or something to help. With
Okay.
this, or you could have paid for that kind of stuff if you want.
Cool. So I'm going to roll 2 dice. Oh my god. That only shows 1 dice. See, I cheated last time. I did like multiple. I should have had 1 bonus dice, right?
Should have had 1. And
Should I just do another roll and that'll be the second one, I guess?
well, wait. Is your lowest attribute 0? I think that might be what's happening.
Oh. Where?
Let me check. The Raven. Yeah, so you have 0 insight. So you roll 0 dice for your vice
Oh.
because you don't have anything in insight.
Okay.
So that bonus die gives you 1 to roll, essentially.
Well, then what the hell do you... What? If I didn't have a bonus dice, I would have rolled 0 dice?
Yeah, you would have rolled 2 and take the lower.
Oh, a roll 2, take the lower. Okay.
Yeah.
So 1 gold and what do I get? A 4?
1 gold, 5. That would
I'll
clear
do
5.
that.
Yep.
Let's do that one. I'll take it off my person too. Whatever.
Okay. Yeah, you've gone all out a little bit. You spent some coin on some nicer ritual stuff. Some the waxed tunic for Rune to not get bloodied. These incense and some other stuff that you put in the room to make it a little nicer. So that
And
will
then
get you
real quick. What's
Yeah.
the other free action you can take in the downtime, or another free action, I guess?
So you can acquire an asset if you need to do that. You can indulge your vice again in the same scene here if you want to clear off more stress.
Oh, well, actually, if I don't have a bonus dice, can I choose to not take a bonus dice on the second roll?
You can choose not to. Yeah. Yep.
Because then I roll 2 to take the lowest.
Right. Yep.
Oh my god.
Game that system, Jeff. Get in
All
there.
sixes.
Get in there.
We got a gambling tradition here, so yeah.
Boxcars.
I'll do it.
Let's do it.
I'm just deathly afraid of what's going to actually happen here, which is I'm going to roll like double sixes, exactly like Zeke just said. For no.
So you have
you're a bonus dice, so I just do that.
just so we know for suspense here. How much? You have 4 stress left?
3.
3. Okay.
Oh, snap.
So yeah, if you just click insight and then 0 bonus dice, it should do it.
I'll take the 1, sir. Well, I have to take the 1. I took the lowest, yeah. So.
Oh, it's not coming. Oh, there it goes. It hadn't come up on my screen yet.
Yeah, I rolled a
Nice.
6
Nice.
and a 1. So
Nice.
1.
So it's the 1. Yes, you have 2 stress remaining.
And I think we're good. That's my 2 free actions.
Yeah. You indulge the hell out of that whatever's happening in that room that we don't get to see.
You know what's happening.
Yeah, we basically know. Go back and watch episode 2, I think, if you really want to hear about that.
Yeah.
And so you're doing that, I assume. And there's like a nook, a niche behind the hollow, in which there's a sort of terracotta, very old kind of, I mean, to our eyes, it would look Babylonian or something. This like sort of simplistic female figure done in terracotta that's meant to hold a candle behind it, or a flame or oil lamp or something.
Mhm.
And it's flickering away, and there's holes cut in the eyes so light comes through, and then the body is silhouetted. It's the symbol of she who slays in darkness. And as you follow through on this activity, the flame seems to flicker rhythmically. The eyes seem to meet your eyes, and as I think we saw this with Careless before in the camera close up as we are leaving, like the flames are dancing in Rune's eyes too, and maybe there's a little bit of a callback in the TV show to the flames of the tavern burning down when Skurlock killed your friends, and there's a little bit of a similar visual effect there, and maybe a faint sound of the roof caving in your memory. So this could be several things for Rune. This is a step on a path for her. We've essentially like started a clock on your behalf because of Jeff's Devil's Bargain. You are now accumulating favor of the goddess as well, and you have 1 tick along that route. And every time you fill the clock, you'll kind of reach a new level of connection or as her acolyte.
Okay.
So that's begun. I was thinking as a downtime, how much stress do you have? Do you need to indulge your vice as well?
Yeah, I have 6.
Okay. So as I was saying, like, and especially because Jeff spent the coin, I think their drug paraphernalia is a very likely thing to exist here. I don't think Careless does that, but
He doesn't, but it's not like their first meeting was him providing her with drugs too.
Exactly. And it's totally
Forget.
it's totally in keeping with the traditions of the death cult of She Who Slays in Darkness. Her acolytes getting high on Lotus is totally normal.
Okay.
So that's a thing that could happen here as you're going through this weird event. Like the tendrils of Black Lotus smoke could be rising around you, and if you want to indulge your vice here, you totally can.
Okay.
And the other thing I was thinking mechanically is training is an option. This could be a training scene if you want to drop an XP in something. That's something you can do. But those are just suggestions. You're free to do whatever you want. Those are just the first things that came to mind.
Okay. Because I'm still just picking the 2 downtime actions like normal, right?
Yeah, and they don't have to be right here and now either. We could just totally cut this scene and then do something else. If you want to go meet with Quellen or do whatever. I'm not trying to force the issue, but
So where would the first thing be that you were talking about, like, kind of going on the path of, like, I don't know, becoming more of an acolyte, or I don't know what it would be called.
So, yeah, I think that's totally happening. I think so. You have one of the 4 ticks already. If you want to do something in downtime to get another one,
Oh, I see. Okay.
that's a thing you could do. I think training in this situation actually might constitute another tick on that clock. Actually,
Okay.
if you accept some dark insight from this as training, then that would count as a tick, as getting closer to the goddess for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll train here and then go back to my little hole in the library and indulge my vice there.
Yeah.
In the comfort of my home.
Nice.
Okay, so for training, let's see. I just pick a thing.
You pick a thing. Since you're assassins, when you train, I think it's prowess, you get 2 ticks, and everything else you get 1.
Oh, okay.
But you can put it in any your playbook advancement or any of your attributes, wherever you want to put it.
Yeah, I think I'll go, and it doesn't have to be one that like makes sense with.
No,
this
yeah.
specific thing.
Like I think especially because it's sort of mystical. Like it could happen like in this weird, supernatural state. So.
Just so I heard you right, you take 1 playbook XP or 2.
Because you're assassins, you have prowess training as one of your free upgrades that you get with the crew. So
Right.
when you
right.
train your prowess attribute, you get 2 marks instead
That's
of 1.
right.
But if your playbook and everything else just gets 1 when you train.
Great.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. When you say that I get 2 if I choose this one, it makes me just like,
That is right. It's more appealing all of a sudden. Right?
yeah.
And those are things you guys can upgrade your crew with those other trainings later. That's an option. So you're not stuck with that forever.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll go with
Oh wait, is it prowess and insight, chat? Did I get my game?
That's what
on?
they're saying.
Is it both?
Let me double check. You are totally right. It is insight and prowess. Motherfucker.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Okay, then I'm gonna take 1 in hunt, and
So you're gonna mark XP on the track above,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
like where it says insight. You'll mark 2 ticks.
Oh, okay. And then when I fill that, then I pick a thing.
Right.
I pick hunt or study or okay, cool.
Right. So you can put 2 in insight, 2 in prowess,
Okay.
1 in resolve, or 1 in your playbook.
Okay, sweet. I put 2
Those
in
are
insight
your-
because I've got 4 now.
Cool.
Can I pay 1 gold to train as well, John?
You can. Yeah, totally.
I'll do that then. So I'm at 0 gold on my person. I get 2 in prowess or insight, or prowess rather, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to put 1 into prowess, which maxes it.
And then it rolls over and you mark again.
1 more.
Yep.
And you have to fill a blue dot in something.
You get a new prowess dot.
You don't want me to go 4. You can't go 4, right?
You can't go 4 yet. Yeah, you guys don't have that, but you can go up to 3.
All right. I'll put a second one in finesse. Sorry to steal that.
No, it's fine. And I'm going to mark a second tick in Rune's favor clock for the goddess. Klabau.
And then I'm gonna go home and indulge my vice.
Yeah.
I am stressed out, man. I got
Right.
6.
Sit in your bunk and do some sweet lotus.
Well, I actually got a favorite tick then too, bro. Train 2, man.
That's true. Fair's fair.
That's right.
You got to keep up with your companion.
Well, I'm not going to comment too much on it, but actually, you'll notice I was very okay with the fact that it was competition. Maybe that means something about
I think it definitely means something. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So, Rune, do you have some spare lotus squirreled away back home, or do you need to score some, or are you good?
No, I think I had still some left over from before.
Cool.
When Jeff gave me like a whole stash of it.
He did. in episode 1, he gave you like a stupid amount, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
So do I need to put bonus dice or anything?
Nope. Just a
No,
regular
it's just
roll.
me. All right.
Regular dice roll.
So I take which one? The lower one?
The high one.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Good.
Does that clear you out?
No, I still have 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I had 6.
No overindulgence yet.
Sweet. Good. All right, those are my 2. I'm not gonna. Well, I mean, because we each. Is there any reason to like save gold for stuff?
If you want to raise your lifestyle, you might want to stash it away. If you're planning to raise the cruise tier, it's a little bit expensive, so you might want to save for it. But I don't think either of those things are happening right now. So I think it's fine to spend it. You guys have a fair bit hanging around. So yeah. Did you want to take another action?
Well, I was thinking about reducing our heat because we've got 2 right now.
Yeah.
So I only need to roll like a 4 or 5 to get rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be like a 1 through a 5, right? Or wait, no, that would be 1 to 3 is only 1. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll spend one coin from my personal collection.
Okay.
So I'm still carrying. I can't clear it.
I think you have to click the little. There's a weird interface here that I always forget.
You click the one before it.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
Okay,
It's like
I clicked the X and it wasn't working.
like,
Okay, so I'll take 1 there, and then where do I roll to clear the heat?
you roll one of your actions, so you'll like click on one of the actions, depending on how you want to clear it. Like what does Rune do to get the heat off the crew? What's her method?
Sway, like I pay off a cop or something.
Yeah, well, your blue coat buddy that you impressed with ghost knowledge when he interrogated you.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. That guy still thinks you're the shit. You critted him in the face with your magic, so yeah, you can go have a chat with him, and he's like, hey Rune, hey, it's like totally. He's not into you, but he's like, he thinks you're really cool.
Right.
So slide him some silver pieces across the desk, and he'll go through the books and like find some instances of citizens complaining about weird electrical noises and power outages and mysterious shit at the docks, and like, man, no one needs to look into that. We'll just get rid of that. Yeah, that's fine.
So what's my position here?
It's just controlled essentially. It doesn't. There's no risk. So
Standard.
Yep.
5.
Boom. That's what you needed. That's 2.
Sweet.
Heat is off. 0 heat.
Wow, that's great.
Nice.
The heat is off.
Wow.
Off.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay, so those will be all my actions.
there's an assassin's ability you guys can get where when that happens, when you clear heat to 0, you get a point of rep for that.
Oh, cool.
Because it's like good for you to be so low profile. Makes your crew seem cooler. So
Awesome.
Cool.
nice. You know what? I think I'm gonna hold on to my entanglement. I was about to use it, but I think shit. Maybe this is the right time.
Do it.
It is Anne again, actually.
Are you You're cheating.
I'm not cheating. It's actually I'm not. I swear.
Dad?
I swear.
Am I dead?
I swear it's random. No. You're not dead. You're not
Oh
dead.
god, I'm scared now. Just
So you level up again, though.
Yeah.
do it. Now I know it's me. I'm never gonna let it go.
Yeah, I have to do it now, right? It's gonna torture otherwise.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what is it?
Oh.
Well, it's a minor entanglement.
It is. Yes, you had very little heat.
Okay, good.
You were in the first column of trouble, so it can't be arrest or whatever. It can't be that kind of stuff.
Okay.
This one is called Rivals. I'll just sort of describe it briefly because you guys are new to the game, so you don't really know what that means. So then I'll say like what actually happens. But
Okay.
Rivals means that a crew that's neutral to you, they throw their weight around. Basically, you guys are in the underworld, so there's like a bunch of other criminal factions that are doing stuff. There's a bunch of stuff that we don't play out, right? Like there's too much stuff we don't have time for all of your personal stuff and side things and events that are just minor things.
Mm-hmm.
So we assume these things are happening. The entanglements make some of them come to the forefront, and suddenly like, oh, we have to deal with whatever. So there's basically everyone that isn't on your crew sheet is neutral to you currently. You have some positives and some negatives. The rivals entanglement means someone who has been neutral, but is connected through one of your friends or contacts, or vice purveyors.
Mm-hmm.
They can't get at you because they don't really know who you are. They don't know your hidden lair and everything, but they know there's a new player. They know there's like some killers on the scene, and they wanna make a move. They like want to get something out of you, force your hand, get a favor, something like that. So they make their move through Quellen. She's your friend. And
Oh shit.
they the way it manifests is when you're leaving the blue coat station after getting all the stuff cleared off.
Mm-hmm.
You see Quellen. She's like in an alley across the way. She has a lantern, and she like she moves the hood briefly so you see her face, and then she like motions you and then hides it again. So you can come across and talk to her.
Okay.
She says, Rune, something's happened. Can you come with me?
Of course. Yeah. I just follow her.
And she's walking with you. She's about your age. I guess, no, actually she's a little older than you. We established that. Because she was your mentor for a little while. And she's talking under her breath as you wind your way through the narrow alleyways to her place.
Mm-hmm.
Says, I know this is weird. I know you don't live there anymore, so maybe it's nothing, but I just feel like I think this maybe was meant for you. And she like walks you up the stairs. She has her like abandoned little apartment with the tree growing through the middle of the building, and all of her witch stuff in there. And it's clearly been like not utterly ransacked, like someone wanted to destroy it, but someone came in and like rifled through stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Her apothecary boxes are tipped over, and there's some powders and stuff spilled on the floor, and some of the mushrooms have been sort of like brushed off, like someone carelessly shouldered them as they were going through the room. And there's a message written, like scrawled in the wood wall with a knife. And it's written in Hadrathi, which is kind of like Latin in this world, sort of. Or Sumerian or something like that. It's this ancient tongue.
Okay.
Spoken in southern Arabia mainly. But it's also like the language of the occult and old books of magic and that kind of stuff. And you know it okay enough to read that kind of stuff. And it says, become pure and serve no gods. Those that have been purified shall not become corrupted. And then it has 2 marks. One of them is a cult symbol that looks like a chalice, like an upside down chalice. And the other one is the rune mark that for a hollow.
Mm-hmm.
But there's two marks for hollow. One of them is like the curse mark, like when you want to write like you will become hollowed and your spirit will be destroyed. That's the symbol you use. And then there's this like sacred hollow mark that some cults use. That's like the symbol for purification of the body, without the corrupting spirit. The Church of the Ecstasy uses it in some of their books, but other cults use it too. So upside down chalice symbol, and then this sort of sacred hollow mark. Become pure and serve no gods. Are purified, shall not be corrupted. And Quellen's just like, I don't think I've pissed off any cults lately. Do you know what this is about?
So do I like recognize what cult this is referencing?
You can make a roll. You can gather information out of your own memory and brain if you want to, and be like, what the fuck is this?
What do I roll?
I think that would be studying,
Study?
unless you want to attune to the marks and like try to get a reading in the ghost field of like who did this and see them in an echo or something. You could use a tune for that.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
If I can get more information by consorting with the ethereal.
Yeah.
Okay. What's my position?
So often when you gather information, it's just controlled because there's no real risk. Like if you were studying and just like remembering stuff, there's no real danger. I think though with a tune, it's going to be risky. There's magical shit going on. So risky and standard effect.
Okay. I'm dumb.
It wasn't desperate.
Anything.
That's the good news.
Yeah, right.
You don't get a lot out of it, and there is a consequence.
Oh, good.
So you see the echo. So this is a thing that pretty much anyone can do this with a tune. Whispers get a lot more out of it. You see briefly into the ghost field, and there's that echo effect. This is big in video games for a while, since like Infamous. That there's that level where you like have to follow the echo of, or in Mirror's Edge, you race the echo and stuff. It's kind of like that. Like you see this like repeated thing, but it's this ghostly blue silhouette kind of stuff. Of these figures moving through the room, and you see the like reenactment of the mushrooms like being brushed off, and you see their little mushroomy tendrils in the ghost field like separate, and there's 3 of them moving around, and they're kind of fuzzy. You're trying to like will their faces and bodies into focus, but they don't really come into focus. There's 3 of them. They're two women and a man. You kind of get a general sense of their clothing and body types. They look like crowsfoot street gang types that live around here. You can kind of see one of them is like wearing a sword on his hip. Their sleeves are rolled up. They're wearing boots. You see the one dig into the wall and start carving the thing, and you hear him whispering the thing that he writes. He's whispering it out loud in Hadrathi in this sort of ritualistic way. Mm-hmm. And when the echo gets to the bottom and finishes and like puts the final mark on the hollows, he turns and looks directly at you, his like fuzzy ghost face, like he can see you.
Okay.
And then it fades away. So you can resist that consequence if you want to. That's like somehow they know that you've seen them, or you can just let it happen. It's up to you. You can roll resolve to resist that and take some stress, or you can just let it go.
Just let it go.
Yeah, but what happens if I let it go, though? What's the consequence?
The consequence, just to be explicit, the consequence is whoever did this is connected also to the echo here. Mm-hmm. And they saw you through the echo when you saw them. So they know that you're there. They know that you've seen the message.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like they gathered information on you, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I only have 2 stress, but we haven't done our mission yet. I'm just gonna let it go. Whatever.
Okay.
All right. So I don't really see anything. I don't get any information out of this except for fuzzy ghost figures.
Yeah.
Fuzzy.
It's clearly some kind of cultish thing because he was doing this ritual whispering, but you don't like recognize who it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, I look at Kellen. I'm just kind of like, too high for this shit.
Yeah. She looks kind of worried, but then she sees the look on your face and she's like, I mean, it's probably just a mistake. I mean, I wouldn't, honey, just don't, you don't need to worry about this. I don't think this is probably just a misunderstanding. I'll get rid of this, and it's fine. It's fine.
Well, whoever it is, they aren't very smart because they don't realize that I don't even live here anymore. But are you going to be? Are you going to be okay staying here with this?
She kind of looks around. Well, I know someone who can take care of this for me, but I would feel better would it be okay if I stay with you for a couple days?
I've got to be fully honest with you. I am sleeping in a cellar, but yes, if you don't mind.
She's like, I'll get my heavy coat.
Kellen's moving in. Okay, so now what does this mean for the entanglement if, like, I don't know who they are? And, like, how do we
you know their symbol, and you know enough to, like, do some research and stuff now. But, like,
okay.
what you did with the echo didn't work, but you can still, like, go back to the library and, like, try to look up their symbol and find out more stuff. That's totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah. The real consequence is that, like, they gathered info on you when you attuned. Like, they saw you, they kind of got a sense of what was going on. But yeah, it's not a roadblock. Like, you can try another way to find stuff out. That's fine.
Okay. So do I do that now, or?
Totally. Yeah. If you want to,
Okay,
we can.
The scene, like, continues or whatever.
That's fine. Yeah, we can jump back just like cut back to the library, basically.
Okay.
Everyone's kind of finishing up their downtime. They're all there. Do you go back ahead of them and, like, talk to them, or do you and Kellen just, like, arrive together, like, hello, welcome to the hidden lair, here's my friend?
Yeah, I don't tell them beforehand, and I just kind of show up with her.
Okay. Although you know Kellen, she's a neighborhood person. She knows you. Actually, Academy, you probably know of her too, like, just by her name and reputation. Careless, you have no idea who she is.
What's her reputation?
I guess you've heard that. You've heard it from Rune. She's a witch. She's a healer and a sort of alchemist.
Well, Rune, are we adding one more to the gang now?
Well, she's got to stay here for a little while. Someone, I think, is trying to kill me, or I don't know, something. So she's got to stay here with me because her place isn't safe anymore. You know, we used to live together, and they thought I lived there, and I don't live there, but she still lives there, and she can't live there if they're trying to kill me, and so she's going to stay with me here.
Right, but
Right.
I thought the point of having a secret hiding place was that it was secret. I mean, no offense to Kellen or anything. I know her, but I don't know. I think Careless might have a problem with it.
So she's there, right? Are you guys talking in private, or are you just?
No,
No, I'm talking. No, I referenced her.
Okay, yeah, she knows enough to just keep her mouth shut and not interfere with this decision.
Yeah.
But I think as he says that, Careless does kind of, like, peek his head around. He kind of comes out, and he's like up on the railing above kind of the entrance, and looks down and says, Aldo, you're not wrong. But I trust Rune, and more importantly, from what I gather, if you're a friend of Rune, you probably understand that we're going to kill you if you say anything. Probably is best we don't bring any more guests here. Let's allow this one.
She laughs when you say that, like it's an underworld little, like, then I'd have to kill you. It's like she thinks that it's that. She laughs and then kind of looks at you, like, to enjoy the humor. And that doesn't really happen.
He's got his, like, Jack Skellington's blank stares. Still smiling. But.
Well, actually, we can tie this into my other downtime thing, the healing thing.
Hey, perfect. Nice. Yes.
Maybe we can tie that into my stabbing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So, well, if you're gonna stay here,
In fact, I will.
might as well take a look at this. I mean, it's pretty gruesome.
Kellen will give you a discount. Take that coin back. She'll do it for free.
Nice.
Sick.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, now everybody wants Kellen to live with us. Free medical.
Told you so.
As she realizes that Careless isn't joking, she's like, and then looks over, and you're like, "Is it supposed to be oozing?" You know, and she's like, "Oh, let me look at that. I'm a healer. I can help you." And you're like, like inserts herself into the group, like, "I'm useful."
Awesome.
Yeah, totally.
Don't murder me. I'm helping.
Yeah, it's cool. Whatever, shark-eyed man, please go away.
He's like, it's as awkward and painful as it sounds, but he just smiles and he just watches her the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You're up on the
normal. Like, she goes on to like help, and if she like looks up there, he's still just like looking down at her blankly.
That's awesome. Yeah, she keeps checking kind of surreptitiously, and you're just like, just boom, like right above on the balcony.
Yeah, as she's stitching me up, I'm regaling her with how much I love the opera and just boring her to tears with every detail.
Yeah, you can. That is not her thing. But yeah, she's healed a lot of people, and she's heard a lot of stories, and so she just let you talk.
Okay.
I think somewhere along the lines there, he's, when it's like, again, things start returning to normal, Careless says, like, we should plan for, and he like looks directly at Kellen and is like, we should all talk. Well, everyone but her.
I mean, we still have to deal with the entanglement, right?
You don't have to. It's up to you.
Oh, we can just like
You can
leave
just-
that as the thing.
You can
Well,
just
because I
let
wanted
it.
to talk to Aldo and see if I could get him to help me with recognizing the symbol. Like, I could draw it on a piece of paper for him, and then
Totally.
if I could do like another. I don't know what I would roll to like.
You guys can do a group action with study, probably.
That
Yeah,
we
I
did
have-
last time.
Yeah, I have
Oh, you
two.
made it?
I have 2 ranks in study.
Okay. So then I guess can we have him roll it, and then I can provide the bonus die by providing the information that I got from what they
Yes.
scratched on the wall.
Or you can do that, or you can both roll study and take the best result, whichever one you would. If you want to keep not spend the stress, basically, you could do the group action. But
Okay.
if you want to spend the stress to give him a bonus die, you could do that too.
Okay. So yeah. So I kind of write down what information I retained from what I saw, and then I guess we both kind of go to look at books and that kind of thing. So you see Aldo and I just like walking around and like grabbing books off shelves and stuff
Totally.
like
I think to also mechanically do this, though, as we're planning this out, is when Miss Cataby tells us that she has brought she's updated the plan, right, Marcus?
Yeah,
I don't think-
I mean, I guess at whatever our team meeting is, I would say I've looked into our transportation issue as it relates to the Deathlands, and I lay out options.
Cool. All right. So there's sort of 2 things on the table. We'll do one of them quickly because it is kind of a side entanglement, so we can just resolve that and then do the main thing.
Okay.
So you guys you're both rolling study. Is that the
Yes.
plan?
Controlled, risky, desperate.
Controlled.
Okay.
Who's leading the thing? The group action?
I guess me.
Whoever has less stress probably is the right.
I have 2.
Okay, I have 1.
Or whoever doesn't mind taking potential 1 stress on this roll.
I have 0, so I mean, I can do it too.
You can do it, and you can roll study too. Wait.
Okay.
Everyone studies together.
Group effort.
Okay.
Okay. So Wheat's leading it.
Yep.
What does that mean for us? Is
It
there
means-
anything-
It means all 3 of you roll study, and whoever rolls highest, it counts for the group.
Excellent.
3, 4,
Yeah, 3, 4.
What's the position?
and my rolls.
Controlled.
Standard?
Controlled standard.
5. I got a 5. Nice.
Nice.
Oh, got a 5 as well.
5's our highest.
Oh, but you have a 0.
Jeff, yeah. You got a 2, actually.
What? Oh, because I have to go lowest.
Yeah.
You know what, John?
Wah, wah, wah.
Actually, you didn't actually need to roll this. Weed's going to take a stress for no good reason here. So you just don't help. Maybe that's fine. They were totally fine without the extra study. So
While I was studying, I was like, "Oh my god, I think I left the oven back on at the lab." I was like instant stress. Oh no. I didn't know.
No. Careless try. He helps in the background, but you guys kind of just handle it. And you find it.
Just very proud of everyone.
Yeah, totally. You find the symbol. It's attributed to a cult of a forgotten. It's not a god. It's like a forgotten ritual practice that predates the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh. The church kind of grew out of this ancient cult. It's called the Empty Vessel, and their symbol is like the empty chalice, upside down chalice. They're like the hardcore version of the Church of Ecstasy. Like they venerate hollows. They are like super anti-spirit in the most hardcore way. They do ritual practice around that where people will volunteer to be hollowed in their occult practices because they think it's like a special anointing thing to have done to you. Yeah, they're like the Church of Ecstasy turned way up to 11, and this kind of message is a challenge to kind of territory in a way. They must have, they're a cult. They're like doing ritual shit, magical stuff. So they must have some kind of sense that something is wrong in the area. In Brightstone, where you guys are, you're based here. The goddess is getting control. Hollows are being desecrated somewhere. Like they clearly don't know what's really going on because they left a message on Kellen's wall, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a challenge. And you like discover when you're studying that there's an old shrine that's still in Crowsfoot, the district across from yours. That's in this nobles has a book of like forgotten places of Duskwall, and he mentions that there's a old shrine to the empty vessel in Crowsfoot. And just by figuring this stuff out, you can tell that they essentially they're challenging you. So you guys can just ignore them essentially, and they'll escalate to whatever they do when someone ignores them.
Well,
or you can do something simple to placate them. You can leave a coin's worth of valuables at their shrine to be like, just relax, okay? We're just gonna placate you with money.
Since I rolled the highest on the study, would that mean that I probably discovered the most information, or not?
Sure, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason why I ask is because once I see this in the studies, I would like to pull Rune aside, away from people.
Okay.
And well, I guess what I want to ask you is, what have you done to piss these people off? Why are they challenging us or you, Kellen? What possibly? I could understand it if it was careless, but you, I don't understand.
Oh, Aldo, I don't remember everything I do when I'm high.
Oh, we're blaming it on the drugs then. All right. That excuse will work again for now.
Again.
For now, he says.
Nice.
For now, but
I don't know what I could have done.
I mean, far be it for me to say you're a liar, which I'm not doing currently right now. I'm not doing that.
No.
But just know that something's wonky, and we know what happens when that things get wonky. People get it. So, said my piece.
All right. I just kind of like smile like knowingly, but I'm not gonna like give him any more information because like he knows that I'm lying and
So, yeah.
and I know that he knows, and I'm like not trying to let on that I'm not trying to like hide it anymore because I know he's like on to me, but whatever.
Nice.
I don't care for now.
So the choices, that was great. The choices basically boil down to placate them in some way,
Mhm.
give them coin, or take -1 status with them because you're just like, you know what, fuck you guys. Like you're pissed off, whatever. And instead of being neutral, they're actually going to go down to unfriendly,
Right.
because they didn't get anything out of you with their little maneuver.
Okay. Well, I mean, we did save a coin by bringing Kellen, and I think I still have one if I can find my character sheet. Because I could just spend my 1 coin to placate them, or we could just. It kind of makes sense to just like be unfriendly with them if they really are, if they don't believe in spirits and we're like worshiping a god and they generate hollows and we're like killing them because we don't believe that they matter. So it kind of makes sense. But I'm also happy to just spend the coin to not have to deal with it. So it's kind of up to you.
Well, I mean, in the list, it says we can stand up to them.
Yeah, you could stand up to them and lose 1 status is essentially what happens.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like they could.
You just like,
right.
we're not doing what you want.
Okay, so ignoring or standing up, same result.
Yeah, if you want to go and get all up in their face, you can't do that too. But I think you guys have other stuff to do. So
Yeah.
ignoring them is enough to lose the status. They'll be unfriendly and they'll try to get at you by escalating to some
Right.
future problem.
What about you, Mr. Idea Man? What do you think about all this? Yeah, I'm talking to you, Careless.
Also, Chad is saying, can the score be to murder them? Yes, yes, it can.
Yeah, there's non-assassination missions we've talked about.
That is totally an option.
So I'm there for that conversation, and you just asked me, what do I think about all this, I guess?
Yeah. I explain like what the symbols mean and whatnot. I don't tell you about like the details of the conversation I had with Rune.
Okay.
But I explain to you like, this is what I found. What do you think?
Okay. And this is the people that threatened Rune, I guess, is what we found and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the cult of the empty chalice or the
Empty vessel.
empty vessel.
Yeah.
Careless's best poker face as you're describing all this is, of course, just a blank smile, but also like a look of consternation. He's just like, well, when people threaten Rune, my immediate reaction, of course, is to murder them. I think that is first and foremost probably something we should do at some point.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yes. Primarily because obviously Rune we like, but also they could get in the way of our business. So for right now, I think since we are zeroing in on a very important target, we perhaps play it cool, give them a little bit of space, obviously not acquiesce. That's weakness. We are not weak. But if it does escalate, maybe we divert our plans just a little bit and sharpen our knife's edge, so to speak.
I like that. Like they're beneath our notice.
Great minds, Aldo.
Cool. So it sounds like we're just gonna ignore them for now then. And
Yep, just take unfriendly status, which that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
You don't like them, they don't like you. That's fair.
I love the fucking way you talk to me, you son of a bitch. I fucking love it, dude. It's great. Great minds, you asshole.
Oh shit. All right, cool. So now we get to the part where Miss Cataby rolls out some maps maybe and like lays it on you guys.
Yeah, I have one question, because obviously transportation is one thing, but like, okay, we're here, guy, right? Like, what is our plan beyond that? And maybe like my rolling out of the map and saying here's what I've arranged will be what we need to facilitate that discussion. But
Yeah, if we want to like actually break it down and like get to, we're gonna say the plan, the detail, and roll engagement, and start the next score. Maybe we should take our break now and then jump into that. If it's a bigger conversation, then we can do that. But
that's fine with me.
If that makes sense to you guys, let's do it. Cool. All right, we will take our last break, and we'll be back with the planning and moving into the next assassination score.
Oh,
We'll be back in a minute.